All right. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom, Israel. This is your brother Shamal Kassad back again, giving all praises and honor to the Most High Yahweh and his beloved son Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Today is Thursday, April 13th. Just want to say welcome back welcome back to the show Qadash Chaayah. Where here I give you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Holy Scriptures that could be applied in today's time. And I also do, current events, keep you guys updated with what's going on so you won't be left out here. And, just to know what to prepare for in these last days. You know what I'm saying? Let's go through first, start off with a scripture because, listen, a lot of things is happening right now. And, we just need to stay ahead of the curve. You know what I'm saying? So first, I got a few topics to go in tonight. You know what I'm saying? Hope you guys hope you guys will be edified. You know what I'm saying? If you join the show, please like, share, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? And just be ready to learn. So without further ado, give my first scripture to start off the stream. It's Isaiah, the book of Isaiah, chapter 33, verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So yeah, this is where we're at right now. You know what I'm saying? The fear of the Most High, you know what I'm saying, will be the stability of our times. You know what I'm saying? Because, let me read it again. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have a healthy fear and reverence of the Most High, because that's going to get you through, you know what I'm saying, these last days when all hell breaks loose. And as you see, as time goes forward, you see the dollar falling. You see, these these world powers is talking about war. You know what I'm saying? You see automation is coming in. A lot of people losing their jobs. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of folks is and with on top of that, you have a lot of demonic activity that's going around during this time. And what ends up happening is that, what I'm saying, a lot of people start bugging out. A lot of people, demons fall upon them, and that, listen, the Most High just end up taking them out. You understand what I'm saying? So and so for you black men, Hispanic men, black women, Hispanic women, Native and Seminole Indians, you are the children of Israel. The Most High call you to be holy, call you to be set apart, and call you to repent, and be prepared for what's to come. So let me first get in. Without further ado, let me get into our first story. Our first story is automation. Hold up, let me get it. Our first story right here is automation. Boom. It's from the Daily Mail. And it says Walmart says 65% of its stores will be serviced by automation in the next 3 years as it lay off 2,000 warehouse workers. See what I'm saying? Now, see, this is a point I've been stressing for the longest time, how automation is going to start snatching away jobs from a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And that a lot of people are going to be out here jacked up. A lot of people are going to be out here, pretty much up shit's creek without a paddle. But, but before I get into that, let me first, before I even get into that, let me first say, hold up. Let me first say that the music that you heard in the intro is from the brother Green Gorilla. You know what I'm saying? The G with a PhD. You know what I'm saying? Very wise, very knowledgeable brother. You know what I'm saying? PhD to study about black manhood. He has a lot of great content about black manhood. And the issues that black men and black families have been going through and still are going through. You know what I'm saying? And he also does, lo-fi music. And I like his music. You know what I'm saying? So, just giving the brother Green Gorilla a shout out. I like using his music. I like listening to his music. You know what I'm saying? I take no credit for that. I just, I like the brother's music. You know what I'm saying? So, if you get a chance, go to his page. You can listen to his lo-fi music, and also, stop and listen to, his lectures and his live streams, where he talks about the issues of black manhood. So shout out to the brother Green Gorilla. All right. Without further ado, let's get to our first story. Walmart says 65% of its stores will be serviced by automation in the next 3 years as it layoffs warehouse workers. The U.S. retail giant that has a network of $388 billion made the announcement that its annual investor made the announcement at its annual investor meeting in Tampa. It wasn't immediately clear if the move would lead to more layoffs at the country's biggest private employer. See that? You know what I'm saying? You see that? Walmart is one of the biggest private employer in the entire country. And I think for public, um, I would say like, well, at least for black folks, is civil service. You know what I'm saying? Civil service for her, like mainly the post office, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me fix the thing. Hold on, give you guys a better view of this article. All right, here we go. Walmart is hoping to have about 65% of its stores automated within the next 3 years, it has announced, just days after revealing it will be laying off 2,000 employees who fulfill online orders. You know what I'm saying? So the 2,000 people going to be the folks that work at the warehouse. So like you order something at Walmart, and they don't get it from the stores, they get it from like the warehouse. So they go and pick up the stuff from like the shelves, and the like the some of the, so a lot of these warehouses have like giant shelves where people had to use those forklifts that go really high, and at that where you pretty much have to like strap yourself into it, strap yourself like as far as like a seatbelt, because you have to raise the thing really high to collect the items for the orders, to fulfill the orders. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I used to work in a warehouse, a food warehouse, where I would see people with those type of machines. So they're saying that the layoffs, the 2,000 layoffs, is coming from the people employees who fulfill online orders, meaning they're doing it at the warehouse. The news came at the U.S. retail giant annual investor meeting in Tampa, as the business with a net worth of $388 billion invest heavily. Hear this part, in automation to speed up its is to speed up orders at its e-commerce fulfillment facilities. So they claim that going to automation is pretty much going to speed up orders, because they think that the employees take too long, or may not working fast enough. You know what I'm saying? But it's pretty much a way for them to get orders faster, to ship them out faster, to probably appease the customer, to notice how fast they're getting their orders, which in turn cause them to spend more money. You know what I'm saying? To help repeat the cycle again. It's basically a ploy to pretty much, make more money at the end of the day. Hold up. It wasn't immediately clear if the move would lead to more layoffs at the country's biggest private employer, which has about 1.7 million workers and another 60,000 abroad. Damn. You know what I'm saying? But you see, the thing is, what a lot of those folks don't know, it starts at the warehouse, and then it's going to start at the stores. You know what I'm saying? More self checkouts. You know what I'm saying? More. You're gonna see more of those like robot drones that's going around patrolling. Those robot drones that's going around patrolling. Which I saw one in person a few years ago. The one that goes around and like scan the floor to make sure nothing is there's nothing spilled, or no glass, or what I'm saying, nothing that will cause a hazard on the floor. You know what I'm saying? I saw one, right here in New York a few years ago, and was it Stop and Shop in downtown Brooklyn? Not a stop Was it Stop and Shop, or ShopRite, whatever that store is. You know what I'm saying? It had that drone that went around just doo, 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 just sweeping left and right, with the infrared, to make sure that there was no spills. There's no glass on the floor, anything that might cause a hazard that cause someone to slip and hurt themselves. So basically Walmart's going to be implementing more of those. You know what I'm saying? More of those, more self checkouts. Maybe they might have machines that stock the shelves. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I guess for the folks that might want to pick up an extra job at a retail store, be in the shelves, a stock clerk or something like that, yeah, that's about to be dead in a few years. Let's continue. The company did, however, say that the move will reduce the need for lower paying roles. See, that's a key word again. Let me read that again. The company did, however, say that the moves of them going automation would reduce the need for lower paying roles, meaning they're about to cut a lot of jobs. They're about to cut a lot of jobs, and a lot of folks about to be out of there. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue. At the changes, Slakia, as the changes are implemented across the business, one of the outcomes is roles that require less physical labor but have a higher rate of pay. The Benton, Arkansas-based retailer said in a filing. So like so maybe like clerical, not clerical, but like like management. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Management, executive management, store manager, or people who run or maintain the machines. You're not doing physical as much physical work. You just get called in to fix the machines or to tinker or to program the machines or someone to run the numbers to make sure okay we made this amount this quarter, so on and so forth. Over time, the company anticipates increase throughout per person. Sorry, increase throughput per person due to the automation while maintaining or even increasing its numbers of associates as the roles are created and added. About 55% of packages that are processed through its fulfillment centers will be moved through automated facilities by January 2026. That's less than 3 years away. So that's the magic year, 2026. A lot of folks job, quick, about to go bye-bye. Improving unit cost average by about 20%, the company says. This increase in efficiency will not only support better inventory management, but will also support Walmart's rapidly growing e-commerce business. Stevens Inc. analysis Ben Bienview wrote in a note. Walmart is yet to respond to questions about whether the moves will result in any near-term layoffs. And the thing is, they don't have to say it now, but eventually it's coming down the pike. Understand that. Come on, 65%. You plan on automating 65% of your company by 2023. 65% of like the warehouse portion by 2023. Listen, you're about to cut a lot of jobs. The world's largest retailer by sales maintain its forecast for the fiscal year ending January 31st, 2024, which call for net sales to rise by 2.5% to 3% and earning about $5.90 to 600 sorry to $6.05 per share. It also forecasts for first quarter sales to rise between 4.5% and 5% in constant currency. See, that's a picture of that warehouse. About 55% of packages that is processed through its fulfillment centers will be moved through automated facilities by January 2026, improving the unit cost average by about 20%. Yeah, so see that guy right there in the forklift? Yeah, a lot of these folks about to go bye-bye. You know what I'm saying? And first is the warehouse. Eventually they're gonna move it to the stores. So a lot of people like him that work in fruits to make sure, that the fruits are fresh and stuff like that. People work in seafood and the meat department. You know what I'm saying? Management, cashier, a lot of them stopped. A lot of their jobs about to go. Walmart has invested billions of dollars in technology for its online order facilities by including buying grocery robotics company Alert Innovation and partnering with companies such as NAP to help cut the number of steps it takes for employees to process e-commerce orders down to five from 12. On a post earnings call in February, Walmart CEO Doug McMillon said that he was most excited about the automation opportunity. We have plans to increase in investments in automation technology as part of as is more than 15 billion capital spending budget this year. So they spent 15 billion. We have plans to increase investments in automation technology as part of its more than 15 billion capital spending budget a year. So they plan on investing on even more in automated machines. Again, a lot of you guys that might have low level jobs, and again, it might not even be your main job. It might be your side job where you might go to, you might have on the side to make extra money because, because to make extra money because, you know, times are hard, rent's going up, the price of food's going up, the dollar's decreasing, inflation and all of that. You know what I'm saying? You got all that going on. Bon, y'all, what's up in the chat? Say Shalom King. Hey, Shalom. Most I bless you. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabrakatah. You know what I'm saying? It said on a post. Let me see. You know what I'm saying? So, like a lot of you guys that might have these low level jobs, again, and may not be like the young folks. It might be some of the older folks. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the older folks that may have retired, and then they later on find out that they don't have enough money in their retirement account to live off of, so they have to supplement their income by getting a part-time job. You see a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? Or they might not have enough money within their social security account. You know what I'm saying? To to make ends meet. So they had to go out and get another job. You might have kids in college that might be putting themselves through school, or might have a part-time job. You might have folks that may not have a college degree or whatever, but they need a job to pay the bills. So on and so forth. Listen, retail is going to be the first area to be heavily hit by automation. I'll tell you that right now. Let's continue. According to a February report by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, there's roughly 9.9 million job openings and 5.9 million unemployed in the U.S. And that number's only going to increase. Tell you right now, the number's going to increase. The more they automate, and the more folks, are not, trying to keep up, trying to get in tech or anything like that, or getting in the STEM field and stuff like that. A lot of folks gonna get left behind. Tell you that right now. Walmart hiked their minimum wage earlier this year across the country, surpassing $17.50 which were expected to be reflected in the March 2nd paychecks. Now, see, yeah, everybody's, yay, yay. The minimum wage Walmart went up from was that 17.50. What went up to $17.50 an hour. Which that ain't too bad. Depending on what state you in, and the cost of living in that state, that's not too bad. It's a pretty nice start off, or at least for a second job, it's very decent. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? But the thing is, how long is that gonna last? We at 2023 now, right now. They said that when they start bringing automation to the warehouse, where about 200 people is about 2,000 people is about to lose their job in the warehouse. Guess what? You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be fun. It's not gonna be fun then. You know what I'm saying? That's the end of the article, I believe. And let me see, that article was from April 5th. That was from last week, from the Daily Mail. You know what I'm saying? So listen, you blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, you need to understand that automation is about to take your job. And again, automation is first, but a lot of these other fields are about to be next. To my understanding, some of these like office jobs, data entry clerk, administration assistant, you know what I'm saying, receptionist. I heard a lot of those jobs are up next. So a lot of you ladies, and those fields are dominated by women. A lot of you ladies, listen, your job's not safe either. You know what I'm saying? And for what I heard, I've heard, and if I could find it, and I'll do a show about it. For what I heard, that a lot of you ladies are like, lawyers. And now they having it where they're testing out robotic lawyers. You know what I'm saying? So even some of you that went to college, and grad school and law school and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying, for these high powered jobs or these high money making jobs, listen, automation is coming for that too. You know what I'm saying? So listen, a point that I keep trying to stress, try to future proof yourself as much as possible. Try to, I don't learn coding, computer programming, something. You know what I'm saying? Brothers, try to get into cybersecurity, you know what I'm saying? Computer programming, uh, computer design, graphics design, or something. You know, or hell, try to learn how to fix and tinker and fix machines. Because once automation comes in, they're gonna need someone to fix these machines with the wear and tear. You understand what I'm saying? It's kind of like a toy, or kind of like, like any other electronic. Do regular use. It's gonna be wears and tears. So things might get broken. Things, you know what I'm saying, and they might need to call the maintenance man to come look at a machine. Look at automated robot and fix it. Brothers, listen, if possible, try to get into maybe the mechanic or the engineering fields to learn how to fix and tinker and fix and learn how to fix these machines. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me pull up my second video. Let me pull up a video from YouTube. All right. This is from CNBC television. Now, sorry, let me just show. this article, this news report, and let's take it from there.
Let's get to a news alert now on Walmart. CNBC.com's Melissa Repko joins us on the news.
Hold it. Hold on, let me see if I could get it to.
Let's get to a news alert now on Walmart. CNBC.com's Melissa Repko joins us on the news line from Walmart's meeting in Tampa, Florida, not Arkansas.
Yes, hi, Morgan.
Sorry.
So I am at the investor event. It started today and it will continue tomorrow. And there's really two main things that Walmart has announced thus far. The first thing is it's reiterated its forecast for the year. It expects net sales to grow 2.5% to 3% in the fiscal year and adjusted EPS to be $5.90, between $5.90 to $6.05. It's worth noting that both that sales growth number and the EPS is lower than the past year. And as Walmart braces for a slowdown in sales, they're really playing up efficiency. The other main announcement to come out today was that they plan to make a big automation push by the end of the fiscal year for 2020.
You hear that? It said Walmart is trying to make a big automation push. Let's continue.
They expect to have roughly 65% of its stores serviced by automation. And today, one of the highlights of the investor event was giving a tour of a distribution center that has a bunch of robots powering both the breakdown of pallets and putting together pallets that ultimately take all the types of groceries and merchandise to stores in a more efficient way that Walmart said will boost profit.
See what I'm saying? Listen. There you have it. You know what I'm saying? They're heavily investing into automation. Sorry, I said my mind had a brain fart. They're heavily investing into automation. And listen, the warehouse is just the beginning. That's going to trickle down to the clerks in the stores that worked in the seafood, the meat section, in the produce. You know what I'm saying? The cashier, the stock. You know what I'm saying? Hell, it might even get down to they might use a robot for loss prevention. You know what I'm saying? You see how you see all these videos of people grabbing shit out of Walmart and dipping. Listen, I'm pretty sure the Walmart company and their investors is going to look for some way to curtail all of that shit. So those who in Walmart running around stealing shit and all that, listen, just be on the lookout that they're gonna find some way to deal with that real soon. People fighting, throwing hands in Walmart and all that. Pretty sure they're gonna come up with a way to curtail that too. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of you folks that like fighting in Walmart, a lot of y'all folks that like throwing hands in Walmart, a lot of y'all folks that like to steal from Walmart, I'm telling you, automation, Walmart is gonna come up with a way to curtail that shit. And the best way they're gonna do to curtail that is law enforcement. You're about to see a whole lot of robots in the law enforcement section. You know what I'm saying? But that's it for that section as far as automated jobs. Now if you're still watching, you know what I'm saying, this is brother Shamwala Kassad on Qadash Chaayah. This is my weekly news update. You know what I'm saying? I'll try to do this weekly or bi-weekly, to keep you guys updated with current events and Bible prophecy and stuff like that, so you guys can prepare to understand how to move about in this world. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're still here, hit the like button, like, share, and subscribe. If you enjoy the ministry, if you enjoy what I'm doing. Please share, tell a friend, like, share, subscribe. If you want to donate and help the ministry, to help me get a better mic or whatever, you can show your support by donating to the Cash App, $ I am Sham 12. It's in the ticker at the bottom. Let me, sorry. Ticker at the bottom, $ I am Sham 12. So thank you so much for those who are still listening at this time. So without further ado, let's get on to our second story. Remember what I just said a couple minutes ago about now that you're gonna start seeing, robots in law enforcement. Yeah, guess what? It's here. You know what I'm saying? Right here in the good old state of New York City. In the good old state of New York, and the greatest city of the world, New York City. You know what I'm saying? Now a couple days ago, you had the New York mayor, Eric Adams, announce that he's about to roll out or re-roll out, because they rolled them out before, these robot dogs. You know what I'm saying? Remember when 2015 or what year it was, 2015, 2016, where you saw those viral videos of, mainly white folks that's in these labs that's testing out these robot dogs? Guess what? You know what I'm saying? They test them out, they tweaked it, they perfected, and now they're out on the streets. You know what I'm saying? So let me find the article and we will take it from there. Hold up. All right, I got it, and let's go. This right here is taken from the New York Times. You know what I'm saying? Security robots, DigiDogs. Now, see, they come up with a cute name, DigiDogs. Oh, how cute. GPS launchers. Welcome to New York. Now, see, that's the headline they have for the article in the New York Times. Mayor Eric Adams, Mayor Eric Adams unveiled an array of high-tech security devices that he said that the police department would use to ensure New Yorkers' safety. And you see that, that abomination right there, the robot dog or the digi dogs. Mayor Eric Adams said that the police department would again deploy robotic dogs nearly 2 years after they had stopped using them. And see, this is from the 11th, so that was from 2 days ago. The police cordoned off blocks of Times Square on Tuesday made the so-called crossroads of the world look even more dystopian than usual. There were 2 security robots that onlookers compared in appearance to R2-D2 from Star Wars, or Dalek from Doctor Who, as well as a gun-shaped device that police officers can use to shoot GPS-enabled trackers on fleeing vehicles. See that? So now these DigiDogs got this thing where they had like the GPS gun. You know what I'm saying? Like you see how you see in the movies, or that like where someone a state trooper would be, on the parked at the side of the highway, and he'll have like the GPS gun or the speedometer, and you see a car go phew, and you picked up how fast they are, how fast they going, and it's like, okay, you over the speed limit, let me go stop you. So now they got these digi dogs that, you know what I'm saying, that now these digi dogs could now be like, yo, you do a crime, you know what I'm saying? Like you see like some of these situations where people get in scuffles with cops and decide that, yo, fuck that, I'm out, I'm gonna run, I'm gonna make a run for it. Guess what? Now there's no more of that. Now with these digi dogs, now they got their camera, the camera, the camera gun where it can now, you know what I'm saying, track, just take a snapshot of your license plate, and now they could track you anywhere. Okay, this person with a Pennsylvania license state or New York license state, J2, 3, 4, 5, you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth. And now with the GPS, I believe that now these license plates have GPS trackers where from that built into the license plate where they can now track you. So now they're making it even harder for you to get away. You know what I'm saying? So you get caught at a protest, wilding out, or riot, wilding out, and you trying to run away. Guess what? And they got them digi dogs out there, and they see you get into a car. Boop. All you need to do is take a snapshot, you know what I'm saying, of your license plate, and it's over. They could track you anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So let me get back to the article. Then there were the return of DigiDog, a robotic dog that the police would use in life-threatening situations. Ooh, let's read that again. Then there, hold on. Let me read the paragraph before to lead into it. There were two security robots that onlookers compared in appearance to R2-D2 from Star Wars or Dalek from Doctor Who, as well as a gun-shaped device that police officers can use to shoot GPS-enabled trackers on fleeing vehicles. Wow. So now, I read that wrong. So now they could shoot something, they could shoot a small device onto your car. And no matter where you go, the police can find you. See what I'm saying? Listen, it's going. I'm telling you, the beginning of sorrows is here. I'm gonna say it like that. The beginning of sorrows is here. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? Again, the lure, the lure, the bait that they're gonna use to reel you in is, a stop on crime. We're just using this to fight crime. We're using this to protect the city. Don't you want to be protected? You know what I'm saying? That's how they bait you. You know what I'm saying? That's the bait they're gonna use to really win. But I'm telling you, they're gonna really use these in protests. You know what I'm saying? And for some of you knuckleheads that like be out here rioting. You understand what I'm saying? You protesting police brutality, you protesting equal rights. For a lot of people, the B1 crew, you want to protest reparations and stuff like that. If the government sees you as a threat, now they could just have one of those robot dogs beep, at the back of your car. You know what I'm saying? And you could drive off, and you won't find out till later after the fact, or until after they come get you, that They find out where you are. They find out where you were. They find out where you live. You know what I'm saying? So now they're gonna make it very harder for folks to protest, like you see all them Black Lives Matter protests. Um, after George Floyd got killed back in 2020. You know what I'm saying? Now, if the powers that be, if the NYPD wanna find you, as an insurrectionist or something like that, and you wasn't rioting, you wasn't wilding anything, now they got them robot dogs to come find you. You understand what I'm saying? This right here is the beginning of sorrows. Now let's get back to the article. Then there was the return of DigiDog, a robotic dog that the police would use in life-threatening situations. Now, see, this is the thing. Niggas out here riding, niggas out here committing crimes, shooting, any kind of like standoffs or something like that. Now they don't have to use no more, human cops that might put their lives on the line, that might jeopardize their own lives to make sure the hostages are safe or to get the person to surrender themselves. No, now they could send their robot dogs in there to do their dirty work for them. You understand what I'm saying? And presiding over all of it was Mayor Eric Adams, who told the assembled news media that his continuing efforts to combat crime will most assuredly include robotic dogs. You understand? So you knuckleheads out here that's out here wilding, robbing people, and all that nonsense, shooting people, you know what I'm saying? Listen, that robotic dogs got something for you. They definitely got something for that ass. Almost 2 years to the day after the New York Police Department bowed to public criticism and stopped using the technology. DigiDog is out of the pound, the mayor said. Mr. Adams rose to power in 2021 with the argument that only he, a retired police captain and a police critic, could restore order to the New York City streets without endangering New Yorkers' civil liberties. But a year into Mr. Adams' tenure, his public safety agenda remains a work in progress. Yeah, because right around the time Mayor Adams took office, you still got a lot of people committing crime. You still got a lot of niggas out here wilding. You know what I'm saying? You have quite a few subway incidences where bugged out folks was pushing people on the train and they was getting deleted. You know what I'm saying? You had that Asian lady that got deleted because some bugged out Jake pushed her on the train and the train ran over. You know what I'm saying? People getting slashed and people getting stabbed on the trains and stuff. A lot of robberies and shootings and stuff, a lot of them by the youth. Youth just out here, just wilding out here and out of control. You know what I'm saying? But now, you know what I'm saying? Mayor Adams, he got the cure for all of this. The robot dogs. Let's continue. His first year in office saw a drop in shootings and murders, but an overall rise in major crimes, including burglaries and robberies. See, yeah, robberies went way up. Dude, I can't even look at the news, without seeing a case of robberies, burglaries, somebody's house get broke into. And as far as the drop in shootings and murderers, I would have to call cap on that, but that's just me. Mr. Adams and his police commissioner, Qadash Sewell, on Tuesday said that since the advent of bicycles and fingerprinting and mugshots, technology has been and will continue to be key to enhancing public safety. Notwithstanding the budgetary headwinds, the mayor suggested he had no plans to cut back on these sorts of investments. You see that? The last sentence. The mayor suggested that he had no plans to cut back on these sort of investments, meaning they're about to invest more money for the state budget into these robot dogs. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you folks out here, listen, you got to be careful. Better be careful. A police officer demonstrated the use of Star Chase, a device used to shoot a GPS-enabled projectile at a car in order to track the vehicle. Oh yeah, they're coming up with new tips to catch your ass. You out here wilding, or you out here protesting. You out here protesting, they find you a threat for whatever the reason. You know what I'm saying? They could be in the right, they could be way off mark. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, we're gonna keep it a grip. The New York City Police Department is one of the most corrupt police organizations in the country. Let's get that out of the way. You know what I'm saying? Right up there with LAPD. Some of the most corrupt. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, NYPD, the New York City Police Department, has a lot of training in paramilitary, exercises and techniques and all of that. Hell, even weapons. You know what I'm saying? So listen. It's gonna be the beginning of sorrows is here. I'm gonna say it like that. The so-called K9 autonomous security bot is designed to send intelligence back to the police department and to deter crime. Oh yeah, they're gonna send these little R2D2 looking joints on the block from where Pookie and Duggo and Ray Ray out there wilding or hanging on the block doing mischief. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they got them out there just for you. We are scanning the globe on finding technology that will ensure the city is safe for New Yorkers, visiting and whomever visitors and whomever is here in the city, Mayor Adams says. This is the beginning of a series of rollouts. Yeah, and this is where it starts. This is where it starts, y'all. The mayor, the mayor's predecessor, Bill de Blasio, took a contrasting stance, decided in 2021 to cut short the city's contract for Robotic Dog. You know, and the former Mayor Bill de Blasio, whom a lot of considers one of the worst, if not the worst, New York City mayor of all time. He decided to cut the funding or cut the contract for the robotic dogs. But Mayor Adams decided, nah, bring them shits back. Let's read on. It's creepy, alienating, and sends the wrong message to New Yorkers, Mr. de Blasio's spokesman said at the time. Now, New York City is acquiring two robotic dogs for a sum of roughly $750,000. Sheesh, just for two dogs? Damn. Using assets forfeiture fund. Officials said that the dogs would not be used for routine patrol, but rather for life-threatening situations, including bomb threats. The robotic dog on display in Times Square was borrowed from the fire department, which had been deploying robot dogs since last year. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, those two robot dogs that they got so far, they're only using it for special situations. But once they get the funding, once they get the money up to buy more dogs, possibly maybe for cheaper, you know what I'm saying? You're going to see way more rollouts of these dogs, and they're pretty much going to be on regular patrol duty. A spokeswoman for the manufacturer, Boston Dynamics, noted that in October, Florida police used a robotic dog to help rescue a 3-year-old hostage. Boston Dynamics called his dog Spot. Mr. Adams has a long-standing interest in orthodox policing technologies. As Brooklyn Borough President, he held a news conference to demonstrate a lasso-like device, ooh, for restraining emotionally disturbed people called a bowler wrap, in which his friend Frank Carone was an investor. When Mr. Adams became mayor, Mr. Carone became his chief of staff. So yeah, that bowler wrap, trust and believe, you know what I'm saying? That might be rolling out soon as well. You know what I'm saying? So just because don't think for a minute that just because, they might have shelved it, or what I'm saying, and I guess Eric Adams decided to move up in his ranks and politics, that they scrapped the idea. Oh, it's still on the table. It's just deciding when they're gonna decide to implement it. Sorry, let me. The police department chief, the city's commitment to body robotic dogs comes just a week after the mayor directed his agencies to cut their budgets by 4% for the coming fiscal year. So yeah, so the agencies that cut their budget for 4%, guess what? Those money is gonna go to paying for and manufacturing more dogs, because they're gonna bring these stuff out to the point where they're gonna have enough to have them patrol, you know, pretty much everywhere. The police department chief of department, Jeffrey Madry, said the use of the robot-like remote control robot dogs will be subject to his approval. As he spoke, a robotic dog trotted in front of him. Separately, the police department would test out a 5-foot tall robot manufactured by Nightscope in the Times Square subway station starting this summer. See that? So now this summer, those tall little R2D2 joints, yeah, they about to test those out, the Times Square. And in a way, you can't blame them, because Times Square is a whole bunch of people, thousands of people passing by each and every day, and we've got a lot of bug outs over there. So placing one there might be a wise decision. Separately, the police department would test out a 5-foot tall robot manufactured by Nightscope in Times Square subway station starting this summer. The department's 7-month contract, which includes 3 months to ready the device for use and 4 months of testing it, will cost $12,000, according to the City Hall spokesman. Initially, the robot will be accompanied by a police officer. So yeah, the so-called K9 autonomous security bot, that R2D2 looking trash can robot that I showed a picture for earlier, that's it. Which will be on display in Times Square for 2 more days, is designed to send intelligence back to the police department and to deter crime. So yeah, so if you win, if the robot sees you and it deems you a suspicious character, they could take your photo, send it back to, what I'm saying, to the police department, and just in case they are correct and you do some shady shit, guess what? They already know what you look like. They already know what you look like. Oh, he's this tall, this complexion, he had this on, he had that on. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? It's gonna make it very hard for a lot of these knuckleheads out here wilding. It's gonna make it very hard for y'all to get away with crime, man. Similar robots have been used to patrol Lowe's parking lots and to keep homeless encampments away from a San Francisco animal shelter. So yeah, they rolling out these dogs. They rolling out these robot, robot police. You know what I'm saying? Slowly but surely. Let me see how much more I have. Just a little more. The police department also signed a roughly 19,500 temporary subscription with StarChase for 7 devices that will enable the police to tag vehicles with GPS trackers. You know what I'm saying? So for 7 devices, 19,000 for temporary subscription for 7 devices that will enable the police to tag vehicles with GPS trackers. So as you see in these fancy movies or like the Batman movies, how they could put the how they could put the GPS tracker at the back of your car, boop, you know what I'm saying? And while the bad guys driving away doing some shit, guess what? Now the police could actually do that in real time. You know what I'm saying? So listen, the beginning of sorrows is here, man. It's about to be a real police state. It's going to be very heavy and very hectic. And now the police is going to start really moving on you. And again, it's going to be good because, a lot of these knuckleheads out here wilding, they're going to get their judgment for being out of pocket and stuff like that, for out here committing crime, wilding, committing murders, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Overall being a menace. When you remember the scriptures, Romans the 13th chapter says, obey them that had to rule over you. You know what I'm saying? Obey, you know what I'm saying? Obey the powers that be. Yeah, we are in captivity. Yeah, we're under this, this racist, system. You know what I'm saying? But listen, uh, you have to follow the rules. You have to follow the law. And if you're out there wilding, they could come and smash you. You know what I'm saying? That's in the scriptures. Now, hold on for a second. I'll be right back. Let me. Sorry about that. One of my alarms went off again. Same like in my last show. But yeah, listen, man. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, right after that, we're going to get into that scripture, Romans the 13th chapter. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, yeah, a lot of these robot dogs and robot drones, they're going to be here, to check, a lot of these knuckleheads is out here wilding in the Bronx and Brooklyn and Queens, you know what I'm saying? Staten Island, you know what I'm saying? In Manhattan, you know what I'm saying? Out here wilding, being a menace, robbing people, pushing people on train tracks, you know, niggas riding on the sidewalks with scooters and snatching people purse and stuff like that. Listen, man, they building these robotic, dogs and these robotic drones. They're building that to come to get you, man. You out here wilding, you out here sinning, you out here being a menace. You know what I'm saying? Breaking the commandments of the Most High. Them drones are for you. But understand this: these drones also are for people who might want to protest police brutality, protest stop and frisk and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And the police want to see you as a threat. You know what I'm saying? Because you did something that they don't like, guess what? They could deem you as a suspect and use those robot dogs to either subdue you or to tag your information, tag your car. So you could drive all the way, you could drive halfway across the country. They'll still be able to find you. You know what I'm saying? So let me get back into the article. What we want to do is to mitigate as many high-speed chases in the city as possible, Mr. Adams said. And see, that's the thing. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But do New York even have a lot of high-speed chases? I mean, beside the one like last month or a couple months ago, um, where that 60-something-year-old was an Asian guy that drove on the sidewalk and hit a few people. You know what I'm saying? And I think he hit someone that was riding on a moped doing deliveries, and I think that person died. I think, and I believe that was a police chase. But I think otherwise than that, you really don't hear police chase in New York City. You understand what I'm saying? So I believe that might be cap. Ms. Sewell said that neither the robotic dog nor the K5 will be equipped with facial recognition technology. You really believe that shit? I for one sure don't. I definitely don't. I'll be the first to say I don't believe that shit at all. That shit will be, if not in the beginning phases, soon it'll be added in. Facial recognition technology and probably, be able to take a picture. If I'm not mistaken, the first robotic dog that they had a couple years ago, shout out to Tariq Nasheed. Someone sent it to him, and he posted on his page that there was a robot dog that walked up on someone that was in a car, and like the head looked at him, and you heard it as far as like taking a picture, and then walked off. So trust and believe they do have the technology and the capability to take your picture. So that whole thing, oh, it won't be fitting. Yeah, right. Who the hell you think is gonna believe that shit? Who you think is gonna be gullible to believe that? Not me. But significant questions remain. Includes what information would the robots will collect and will have access, and who will have access to that information? Exactly. What information they gonna collect? Your face. They gonna look at you, take a picture, and from there they gonna send to the police station, and they gonna comb through the system. They're gonna put in their software, comb through the system, in their facial recognition program to find out, does this match, the face of someone who they're looking for? Someone that might have skipped bail, someone that might have a warrant, someone that might be a suspect, in a case, a murder case or something. Someone who they're looking for. You know what I'm saying? What kind of information you think them drones are gonna collect? They're gonna collect your face. They're gonna take pictures of you. Duh. They don't want to say it, but that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? What other way? What other way they're gonna be able to collect data on folks? Taking pictures. Let's continue. Donna Lieberman, the executive director of the New York City Liberties Union, argued that the police department routinely fails to adequately comply with a law requiring it to disclose details about its use of new technologies, a position that the police department disputes. Let's read that again. Donna Lieberman, the executive director of the New York Civil Liberties Union, argued that the police department routinely fails to adequately comply with a law requiring it to disclose details about its use of new technologies, a position that the police department disputes. We're left to concoct a narrative about what this technology can and can't do, what risks it prevents, what mitigation and those risks is in place, but we have no hard information, Mr. Lieberman said. And all we're left is when DigiDog run around town as this dystopian surveillance machine of questionable value and quite potentially serious privacy consequences. The announcement also sparks immediately condemnation from Albert Foxconn, the executive director of the Surveillance Technology Oversight Project. The NYPD is turning bad science fiction into terrible policing, Mr. Khan said in a statement. And I agree with him. Because I'm telling you, this is about to be some real, 1984, some real, you know what I'm saying? You know, whatever dystopian sci-fi movie, iRobot, where you're pretty much being monitored, your every move is being monitored. Trust me, this is where we're heading. New York deserves real safety, not a knockoff RoboCop. Yeah, that is who RoboCop. You know what I'm saying? RoboCop, Judge Dredd, all those, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be one of those. And that's the end of the article. Listen, man, I'm telling you, this is it's a lot to take in, man. It's a lot to take in. But on top of that, I got a video. Got the news clip of these robot dogs and these drones. And let me know what you see. And I'll give my commentary afterwards. It's like a minute, and it's just gonna breeze right through it. And here goes.
Will now take their place beside the city's men and women in blue.
CBS 2 political reporter Marsha Kramer shows us the mayor says he is combing the world for the latest technology to put the NYPD at the forefront of fighting crime.
From a galaxy far away, or at least Times Square, the NYPD enters the 21st century with
You see that shit?
crime-fighting robots to patrol subway stations or the crossroads of the world.
And look how tall that shit is. That shit's almost as tall as she is. And you see that thing right there? What you think is right there? Hold up. Let me get myself out of the camera. What you think is right there? What's that? What's that little thing? That's a camera. Yeah, they're gonna need a camera to see where they're going. For the people who program it to see where they're going. But that's also a camera to take snapshots of people and send it back to the police. So in case you wanted for something, boop, they got you. This is how you look. This is how you're dressed. See what I'm saying? Let's continue.
Not only does this robot sound an alarm.
Let me run it back from the beginning.
Robots will now take their place beside the city's men and women in blue.
CBS 2 political reporter Marsha Kramer shows us the mayor says he is combing the world for the latest technology to put the NYPD at the forefront of fighting crime.
From a galaxy far away, or at least Times Square, the NYPD enters the 21st century with crime-fighting robots to patrol subway stations or the crossroads of the world. Not only does this robot sound an alarm, but it can also send messages. Yes, it can really talk, either to people who need help or to the bad guys.
Hello, Mayor. We are here to get stuff done.
But that's not all. There's also a star chase system that avoids dangerous car chases by attaching a GPS tag either by mounted or handheld launchers.
See that? Hold up. Run that back.
Star chase system that avoids dangerous car chases by attaching a GPS.
See that? Boop, boop. You know what I'm saying? Stick a few of those on your car, and you could drive all the way to damn Canada. Guess what? That's if you find out that if you haven't found out that those shit is on your car, guess what? They can still find you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure. Listen, it might start off big now, but once they perfect it, the size of that tracker is gonna shrink to the point where it might be so small, it can stick to your car, you probably won't even know it's there. See what I'm saying? Let's continue.
GPS tag either by mounted or handheld launch car chases by attaching a GPS tag either by mounted or handheld launchers. And a robotic device called a DigiDog, which is designed to assist the NYPD in investigating high-risk or hazardous incidents.
We want the public to know that the use of these technologies will be transparent, consistent, and always done in collaboration with the people that we serve.
The commissioner responding to intense community backlash the first time the NYPD tried to use the futuristic DigiDog during the de Blasio administration. Some described it as a manifestation of overly aggressive police tactics used in poor communities.
I believe that technology is here. We cannot be afraid of it. And as the commissioner stated, transparency is the key.
A number of groups attacked the city's latest foray into the 21st century, including Communities United for Police Reform, which said, quote, "We need to invest in housing, education, mental health care, and community programs that will keep us safe, not investment in new and expensive technologies to criminalize us further."
If we were not willing to move forward and use technology on how to properly keep cities safe, then you would not keep up with those who are doing harmful things to hurt New Yorkers.
The NYPD insisted the DigiDogs would never carry weapons or be used for surveillance. I'm Marcia Kramer, CBS 2 News.
Yeah, they even not arm the dogs with weapons now, maybe for now, but I don't know, maybe a crime increase or maybe they're able to perfect these robot dogs. You know what I'm saying? And maybe mass produce them for cheap. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Maybe they can mass produce them for cheap. All I'm saying, don't take that. Don't you know what I'm saying? Don't take. I'm pretty sure the option to load to put weapons on these dogs is pretty much. I'm pretty sure it's not off the table, but I'm pretty sure it's a way to eventually ease people into accepting them, and then eventually, once people are accustomed to having them around, eventually, slowly but surely, those things will be armed. You know what I'm saying? Or if it's a case where you got a lot of Pookies and Ray Rays out there damaging and destroying those, eventually they might start doing that. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. Again, if you're still listening, you know, give a like, share, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for continuing to listen. Thank you for making it this far. If you want to donate to the ministry, you know what I'm saying, Cash App down there and the ticker, $ I am Sham 12. Again, $ I am Sham 12. You know what I'm saying? So right now I'm about to go into scriptures. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I quoted the scripture that goes very well with this whole situation, and I think it's very appropriate to bring it out. You know what I'm saying? Romans 13th chapter. You know what I'm saying? Let's do this. Let's do this. You got to bring it out now. Let's do this. Romans chapter 13, verse 1. Let every soul be subjected unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of the Most High. The powers that be are ordained of the Most High. Yeah. So whether a kingdom is righteous or wicked, the Most High ordained them to rule, ordained them to be in power right now. This is our captivity. We're just going to have to deal with things as it is. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? As wicked as America is, as wicked as the society is, of all the atrocities that they've done and continue to do to the Israelites, you know what I'm saying? It's something that we still need, we still need to follow the laws. You know what I'm saying? Verse 2, whosoever therefore resisted the power, resisted the ordinances of the Most High, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to evil. So yeah, for the most part, under normal circumstances, a lot of the police agencies, they're not a terror unto under normal circumstances. They're not a terror unto regular Joe Blow that's minding his business, law-abiding citizen, keep his nose clean, staying out of trouble and stuff like that. Even though you have situations where these corrupt police officers be fucking with them too. I'm gonna say that. Listen, let's not rule that out. But I will say this: you do have a lot of wicked. You do have a lot of cops that under normal circumstances they don't fuck with you. They leave you alone. All right, you're not doing anything evil. You just mind his business. Hey, how you doing, sir? And they leave you be. And they're really a terror unto Pookie, Ray, Thuggo, Pistol Pete and them that's out here wilding, violating. You know what I'm saying? Those out here that want to rob people, that want to shoot people, these little heathens out here that want to be out in the street shooting. You know what I'm saying? These children that come from single parent household that's out here wilding, yeah, the cops are terror unto them. They're there to regulate them. But let's continue. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Would thou not then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. So yeah, just keep your head down, mind your business, stay out of trouble. Don't be out there trying to rob people. Don't be out there trying to kill, try to sell drugs. You know what I'm saying? If you're a man, don't be out there trying to grape any woman or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be cool. You'll be cool. For he is the minister of the Most High. Hold on. For he is the minister of the Most High to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain. For he is the minister of the Most High, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil. So yeah, listen, and this was written during the Roman Empire, and the people who know the Romans, that they know that the Romans were some huge bastards, man. You know what I'm saying? And them cats was no joke. You know what I'm saying? They sending centurions on you. Listen, you gonna be in for a bad time. You know what I'm saying? Same here now. For the most part, a lot of these law enforcement agencies, listen, man, for the most part, under normal circumstances, you know what I'm saying, they won't fuck with you. Yeah, you got corrupt police officers doing wickedness, but under normal circumstances, they won't fuck with you. But if you out here, let's read the scripture again. For he is a minister of God to thee for good. So yeah, even though, this setup, Babylon the Great, even though Esau, you know what I'm saying, is the one that's in power now, the one who calls the shots, he's still an instrument of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much to get Israel in line. You know what I'm saying? But also, for the Pookies and the Ray Rays is out here wilding. Yeah, Esau's there to deal with them too, to put them in check, to put them in order. And said, boy, thou doest that which is evil, be afraid. So if you're out there robbing, you shooting people, you gang banging, you drug dealing. You know what I'm saying? You graping women. You know, women, you out here setting dudes up to get robbed or get deleted and stuff like that. Listen, the scripture says, be afraid. And it said, for he beareth not the sword in vain. Yeah, we all know what Esau's blessing is. The sword. And what's behind their sword? The gun. This is what they live by. So you out here wilding, being degenerate and all that type of stuff. Listen, they're gonna come for you, man. They're going to come for you. And they're gonna give you a huge reminder of why they was blessed with the sword. It said, for he is a minister of the Most High, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil. So understand that. Verse 5, wherefore ye must needs to be subject, not only for wrath, but also for conscience sake. You know what I'm saying? So understand that, man. Listen. I know a lot of people have a lot of issues against the cops. Guess what? I do too. You understand this? You understand what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Listen, as much as humanly possible, this is the time to tighten up, be circumspect, watch your step, make sure you're not out here wilding, doing wickedness, looting, rioting, stealing, robbing, that type of stuff. Because I'm telling you, these robotic dogs and robotic drones, I'm telling you, as soon as they find a way to produce them for cheap, with the same quality and the same, with the same high level functionality, you're gonna see way more of those. And I'm telling you, they're gonna bring hell upon y'all. This right here is the beginning of sorrows, y'all. Listen, understand this. You know what I'm saying? This is something you guys need to understand. So with that, I'm gonna bring like one last scripture to close it out. Close out this segment. You know what I'm saying? If you're still watching, please give a like. Please give a like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Also, you know what I'm saying? If you enjoyed the content of this channel, please share with a friend. Share a friend. Help them get edified. Help them, get closer to the Most High during this time. Help them to tighten up. You know what I'm saying? In the areas they need to tighten up in. So that they'll find favor in the sight of the Most High to protect them, so that He'll protect them in this time that we're in. Because I'm telling you, it's gonna get worse from here. You know what I'm saying? So, read this last scripture, and then we'll close it out. Matthew chapter 26, verse 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation, for the spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. So yeah, listen, man. In this time that we're in, that we're approaching, listen, man, we may all want to do right. We may all want to get ourselves right with the Most High. We want to walk that narrow path that leads to righteousness. But understand this, man. Listen, you're gonna have trials and tribulations. And understand that, listen, there are going to be times where you're going to get a week. You know what I'm saying? You might feel down. You might not be as strong to keep going. You know what I'm saying? But you have to do it. You know what I'm saying? Scripture said that the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. You know what I'm saying? We in this mortal bodies, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get weak emotionally, mentally, physically. We're gonna get weak, and we might be, fall into temptation. But listen, you have to be strong when you don't fall into temptation. You know what I'm saying? You gotta fast, you gotta pray, you gotta read the scriptures, so that you'll be on point for the trouble that's yet to come. Again, these are the beginning of sorrows, man. Automation is coming and taking away jobs, and automation is coming into the police force. And also, let me say this before I close out. Listen, man, you see all them news about a lot of cops is resigning and retiring because of the whole defund the police thing, and the whole thing where they can't do their job the way they see fit. So now they be like, yo, they don't want to deal with the hassle anymore. So a lot of them are quitting. And you might have some of these crooked cops that they realize, yo, the fun time is over. They can't do the crooked shit that they was doing before. So a lot of them decide, hey, it's time to go. But if you honestly thought for a second that these different cities was going to leave their law enforcement agencies, short staff, you got another thing coming. These are your replacements. These robotic drones, these robotic dogs, these are the replacements for all the cops that are quitting, that are retiring, that are resigning. Those are the replacements. And I'm telling you right now, now they could use the drones and the dogs to hide behind some of the wicked practices that they was doing before. Oh, stop and frisk? Oh yeah. Listen, they don't need a physical cop to do that anymore. You can have a dog do that. You know what I'm saying? It was several times in New York where a few cops came out and said that they were specifically told by the higher ups in their department to purposely target Black and Hispanic men. That they were the hard targets, and that the soft targets were, the Asians, the Caucasians, the East Indians, the small hats. You understand what I'm saying? That those are the small targets, and that the police, shouldn't be focused too much on them. But the police that's walking the beat to mainly focus on Black and Hispanic men, which is pretty much racial profiling. So now they can hide behind these robotic drones and these robotic dogs to racial profile you. So because take a wild guess who's going to be the main people that these drones and these dogs going to be looking and taking pictures of. You know what I'm saying? Not Wong Ping, the Asian guy, not Billy. Not Billy the Caucasian, not Sanjay the East Indian, not Ahmed or Aki, the Arab guy. You know what I'm saying? Not even Shlomo the small hat. They primarily going to be targeting Black and Hispanic men. So now they got a way out to enforce some of the the corrupt practices that they've been enforcing for years. So yeah, man, listen, black men, Hispanic men, black women, Hispanic women, time to tighten up, fast, pray, repent, get yourself in order, because I'm telling you, things is only going to get worse from here. So this your brother Sean Walla Kassad signing off, saying shalom.